Hello, my name is Stephanie Jarrett and I'm here today for the launch of my book, Liberating Aboriginal People from Violence. This path to this book has been a 20-year journey. All that time ago I taught Aboriginal students and myself and some of the students saw the film in Ray Bradbury's film State of Shock, which featured Alan Peter and he murdered his wife. And the audience, and I have to say myself a little bit at that time, was kind of enticed or encouraged by the film to have great sympathy for Alan Peter. He had a terrible, violent and disrupted childhood himself, largely because of white settlement in his area. And my Aboriginal woman friend and student said to me, "Why this sympathy for the murderer? What about his wife? She's dead." She said that I have fled myself 2,000 kilometres to get away from such violence. What about the women? And that was a touchstone, starting point for me. And it embarked, that 2 years later I started my thesis on examining policy responses to violence within Aboriginal communities. I see it as a core part of my profession to speak to the truth of what I discover in my research, no matter what the consequences are for me and whatever my primary political orientation is. There's a lot of guilt about the terrible past that most of us have heard about regarding the impact of white settlement on Aboriginal people. And a lot of caring people therefore find there's no need to go past the damage that must have done to Aboriginal communities. Therefore, the focus on righting past wrongs and also for bringing about a better life for Aboriginal people is to look at issues like cultural rights and restoring what has been taken away from them. And also cultural relativism, this sense that we've been imperialist in the past, therefore we need to respect culture. This makes it very difficult for them to see the reality that there are other, and today, major causes of the continuing violence among Aboriginal societies. This is a real tragedy because we need those compassionate people on board to work on this reality. My book spends quite a lot of time examining solutions. The core set of solutions are those which focus upon breaking down the barriers between mainstream society and separate Aboriginal communities and cultures that have enabled behaviours and cultures that are maintaining high levels of violence to continue. If we don't find ways of bringing Aboriginal people into more everyday, welcoming contact with mainstream people, we'll keep having to have interventions into those communities, and surely that's not what any one of us want. Interventions to put in place programs and emergency services such as women's shelters and more police and things like income management, etc., to overcome the harm of humbugging, for instance, that can increase levels of violence as well. So we need more ability for mainstream Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal people to visit communities, which includes getting rid of the permit system. It also means that we need to have strategies based on voluntary shifts of Aboriginal people to mainstream localities. For instance, in Aboriginal initiated family resettlement program, where mainstream families and communities mentored and supported Aboriginal people that chose to move from a dysfunctional town to a welcoming city to embark on a life within the mainstream, and this was very successful. And hopefully we're in a more lightened situation now than when it happened in the 70s, where it was cut short because it was demissimilation.